better.
Yeah.
All right. Episode 9 here.
Yeah. Stronger Through Humor, episode 9.
We're flying.
We're almost there.
Double digits right away.
We're almost there. We're almost at the end of the season.
Season 1.
The pilot is almost over.
The pilot, this scary roller coaster ride of a pilot almost over.
Yeah, so I'm Tommy.
I'm Joe.
I'm Cody.
And this is it.
No one else today?
This is the last one.
No special guests. No.
Yeah. Oh, this is our emergency podcast.
Oh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We got some big announcements coming up that
Is it
Joe's really excited about.
Is it related to a shirt?
And related to his shirt and mustache once again.
I think my mustache is taking over.
Yeah. It's the persona.
Yeah.
The persona of the mustache just takes
It's a whole new Joe now.
Who is this Joe you're speaking of?
Mm-hmm. You're transforming slowly. Now you're going to start growing your hair out.
I'm losing my mind.
Yeah. But yeah, in terms of like this podcast, we'll talk about some details in the mix and future podcasts too. We got a few big things lined up, some guests lined up, so
excited.
Some more exciting topics other than just three dudes talking.
Can I get more exciting?
We have to shake it up by make him cut a mustache.
Live mustache.
We have to keep the listeners on their toes.
Yeah.
By hearing about a mustache.
We can only talk about the mustache
for so long, so we have to get some guests. But some good guests lined up. It's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, we've been talking for the last little bit about stuff that we can kind of reach out to the community a little bit more during this quarantine that we just kind of find ourselves in, some physical distancing. So at Magma Strength Systems, we do a Magma Strength Cup, and we do it. I think I've even talked about this the first couple episodes. The twice a year we meet up and have like a weirdly competitive games in that. We just did the bowling one that went well. Yeah, we did it. I think the second episode or something. Anyways, so now we're gonna shake it up and merge movement with the QuaranTeam Cup.
Ooh.
It's supposed to be like laughter, like some sort of reaction.
Quarantine?
I'm really quarantine.
Quarantine?
That was the most, honestly, I thought of quarantine and I was like, I gotta figure something out here. I gotta do something with this punchline. So,
it's like a dishwasher.
It's just like a dishwasher, everybody. So, we definitely make that shirt.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm
sure.
Sure.
But having the QuaranTeam Cup, so it's in the mix right now that we're gonna have. I think we settled on groups between 3 and 6 people, and we're gonna have weekly contests with prizes and then a grand prize. So the grand prize right now, we're going to have it as running monthly. So just because obviously we don't know how long this is going to last. And it's going to be open to current movement members and non-members alike. Just obviously this is for the whole community. It's not just for movement members in particular. Or Magma athletes as well. So everyone's involved.
Athletes.
What's that?
Or Joe's athletes.
Or Joe's athletes. Actually, we're banning Joe's athletes, and we're gonna test all. We're gonna test all of Joe's athletes.
Yeah, they'll have mustaches.
Everyone else needs a chance, you know.
Yeah,
they all have mustaches.
Just for
regardless of gender.
It's just gonna be for alcohol testing. It's not for performance enhancing. But yeah. So with the weekly prizes, there's going to be a couple different incentives for that, and the challenges are going to mix up every week, and they're going to be more Manitoba specific in terms
themed,
Pacific
Ocean.
in terms of theme. So whether it's kilometers or related to Winnipeg, some sort of number that is gives us a more grounding to Manitoba in terms of community. And then we'll make a workout around that. So whether it's body weight lunges, squats, whatever, and we'll make it very clear to the teams that what the rules are and that sort. But The purpose of this is not going to be like we're giving workouts or stuff like that. It's going to be one movement for the week, and then the grand prize is going to be the run. So the big run. I don't know if Cody, you know a little bit more about that.
The fun run.
The fun run.
Yeah. So kind of like Tommy was saying, we're gonna have weekly challenges, but then at least for the first month, the thought was we would have a big cumulative run. So everyone on one team, they're just gonna have a distance total that they're trying to reach within 30 days. So it can be done faster than that. Just depends on how quickly the team does the runs. But we'll announce the numbers later. But whatever the total kilometers is, the teams of 3 to 6 people, they'll break it up however they choose, just trying to get that total number as fast as they can. That's going to be like the big point getter for this challenge that we're doing. And then for the weekly challenges, like you said, just different exercise each week, but that'll also give teams points that will get added together with the grand prize total. So get a total point for the month, and then the team with the most points is going to be our grand prize winner.
Yeah, and I think like we found an app that will work for, say, myself will be like an organizer of the teams, but we'll be able to create a group setting and then potentially seeking out group leaders. So right now the thought is that it's picked with people that want to reach out and get involved in this this activity. They just reach out to this page and through social media, and we'll kind of add you in through email into the groups, and then we'll create the teams. As of right now, that's how we're kind of thinking about it, just so that you're in reach with other people that maybe you haven't been in contact before, and you can possibly share workouts that you're doing, bodyweight workouts and stuff like that, just bringing the whole community together a little bit more, and different aspects. So everyone's going to have different situations that they're in, so communicating group to group, and then having team leaders within that communicating back to like reporting numbers and that to myself.
And the nice thing is it's a way for everyone to like do a competition together, but without physically having to be around each other.
Yeah.
So give us that communication with everyone, stay connected, but then still reach a goal with your teammates, and some strategic planning too. You can like maybe there's a certain exercise that some teammates are better at, or so you can kind of break up the numbers however you choose, right? It's like try to hit a total number. It doesn't matter how you get there. You just want to get there as a team. So some strategy can be involved there too. And
no, like you said, it's a great way to get everyone involved. People that might need a little pushing, people that want to get more people inspired to do all this stuff, and just keeping each other accountable too.
And we can even have it as like people join like halfway through and type thing, right? It's like as it grows and everything. But so it's some big stuff in the works there. In terms of what we're kind of thinking to link the community in once again, and there's going to be a process of this leaning back towards when we're back in the gym, having members compete in club sessions as well. So that's going to be cool to have like ongoing competitions of whether it's say like a push-up competition, for example. Maybe your whole team during the week has to do like 2,000 push-ups, and at the end of the workout, whether you're like a powerlifter, Olympic lifter, runner, like you can do 20 push-ups and then automatically upload it to your team count, so that I know like we always say like Stronger Through Humor is the name of the podcast, and then like community wise like Stronger Together, right thing. So again, just keeping that whole kind of team aspect in mind.
Should be fun. I'm excited about it.
Oh, you're not going to be involved.
Oh, okay.
Remember?
I'm on
No Joe, no Joe's athletes.
He's taking the cup.
We're going to have our own competition.
Joe's going to start his own competition?
Yeah.
The QuaranTeam Cup?
The Quaran Joe Cup.
Quaran Joe. It's a nasty cup.
No, you don't want that cup.
You don't want that.
You don't want that cup, but it's available. It's available.
So that's gonna be fun. Gonna have some fun with that. And then Yeah, like we were talking about, just selecting, and like the team leaders, the groups of 3 to 6 can switch week to week, and you guys will be able to organize that, and then we'll have a team leader kind of group chat as well, so you can smack talk each other.
Yeah.
With ridiculous banter.
Or encourage each other, or whatever you guys
just
want
smack. With like the
no
body
encouragement.
through gifts only.
Yeah. Communication through gifts.
Yeah, that's the number one. That's the only rule we have.
Yeah, but it's gonna, and the whole point is getting like awkwardly competitive, because these competitions, like the one that we have for distance, for example, is gonna be like, say I can walk my dog for 3 kilometers and someone can run it for 3 kilometers.
Yeah.
It's gonna be something that everyone can do, and like be competitive at, but still like be active, and for it really not to matter as well.
Yeah, it's you still want to push each other, you still want to be competitive, you still want to get the workouts done, but at the end of the day, it's like it doesn't matter if you walked 1K or ran 1K. We all did 1K together or something like that, right?
Yeah,
just get people off, right, out of their feet and just
moving.
Active,
yeah. In terms of like that kind of trickle down effect, that usually like if you go for a walk or a run, like there's going to be other habits, healthy habits that are going to be associated to that. So I mean, like, I know if I walk Lambo in the morning, I'm going to be a lot more active that day in terms of like...
We're going longer today.
We're going, going longer today, Bo. Yeah. But, or if I like take a very shorter walk, or like other sorts like that,
And like, no, the thing with the total goals too is I brought up accountability, not just for other people, but for yourself too, right? You don't want to be, you kind of don't want to be the one like, hey, I only did 1K today, while everyone else did 5.
Yeah.
Something, I don't know if that's a little stretch, but you also be like, I can't let my team down, right?
Yeah, and then, and like you were kind of saying, like you can organize it to like the strengths and everything that, okay, like maybe I have really bad upper body strength, but I got greater, or I'm really good at lunges or whatever. Yeah. All magma strength athletes. They're going to take over the lunges.
That's nothing.
That can't be a challenge.
That's a regular day.
They're taking over lunges.
My regular walk is a lunge.
It's a good gait. Beastie legs. But, I think it's going to be fun. I think, like kind of Joe was talking about, you got to be, like, harder... your own harshest critic or whatever like that, of
your
say yourself to a higher standard.
Yeah, because you're not just letting yourself down, you're letting other people down, which you don't want to do.
You don't. This is gonna get real competitive. Letting your team down.
Yeah.
So but it's gonna be a lot of fun like that. So
I think it's gonna get competitive between us two.
Yeah.
Like, I imagine we're going to be split on different teams, so...
Well,
I hope so.
Yeah, we have to be. Depending on how many teams and stuff like that, I can imagine there'd be more than 2 teams, so...
Well, we're hoping that we have between 3 and 5 teams, so...
Yeah, I think that'd be a good number.
That'd be a good number in terms of organizing, and we'll probably keep it within that, and then if at all, like if they're groups of 6, we just obviously gonna make more teams or bigger groups, but that's something for us to organize.
It depends on how much people pour in and want to do it.
Yeah.
Or not want to do it.
That's exactly it.
But
yeah.
Do we have put you on the spot? Do we have a date when we want to start this, or like a deadline to
right
sign
now?
Up?
Yeah, everyone sign up right now. Click the link in the bio. There's no link.
So this is gonna come out on today is Wednesday.
Today's Sunday, man.
It's Sunday, and it's gonna come out on Sunday.
Today is Wednesday, April 15th.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be live right here.
Live in Miami Beach.
But
coming at you from Miami Beach.
Coming at you from Miami Beach. But damn it, Joe. But I would say April 20th is when it's gonna when the competition's gonna start. From April 20th. Wouldn't it be great if everything got lifted, the quarantine?
All right, we got everything.
We got the quarantine challenge.
No more quarantine,
actually, state of emergency, we're just gonna lift that. Everything's back to normal, guys.
We heard about this challenge.
We didn't want this challenge.
We didn't like that idea.
We didn't want this grand total happening.
Yeah.
But yeah. So Monday, April 20th. That is the Monday.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Yes, probably.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think it's a Monday. So April 20th is when the challenges will start.
He doesn't like it.
Yeah.
He didn't like it.
He wants to sign up. He wants to be on a
That's
team.
true. I don't understand dog too well.
Right,
so
right down Lambo. He's on a
either
team.
he doesn't like it or he wants to be a part of it. March 20th? Nope. April 20th?
Oh no.
No, it's fine. April 20th,
Yeah, so we are gonna do the hard launch April 20th.
And we'll make some posts and stuff, so sign up quick or message us quick.
Yeah, and check with your friends if you know
Yeah.
anyone you want to team up with. The more people, the better.
Because the 20th is coming up right away.
It's coming up.
And it's not
briefly.
gonna be something like strict-ish.
Very strict.
Yeah, so like even if you're kind of down, I'd say join, man.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it's the whole point of it is to have something that's going to complement your workouts and just bring a community together. So
yeah. Meet new people, perhaps.
meet new people.
Get to know me a little better.
Get to know Joe
From Miami.
Get to know Miami Joe a little better.
Get to know Miami Joe a little better.
But that being said, like April 15th, we'll start the whole sign up process and everything like that of who to message and how to kind of sign up, the whole process of that. And then April 20th is when the whole kind of shindig will go down, and then we'll start getting weird with it. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
And even if you have suggestions, like exercise suggestions or anything like that.
No, it's already set in stone.
5 million squats.
5 million squats. Yeah, I know. We were playing around with all the terrible thing about Manitoba and Canada is that all the numbers are in like the hundreds of thousands. So expect a lot.
A lot of running.
Expect a lot of running.
Stuff, yeah.
A lot of stuff, a lot of movements. But I mean, like we were talking, there was one number going around that was around 400 per day.
Yeah.
And like 400 bodyweight squats per day is not a big number for a week. Like if we're coming down to it.
If you're splitting between a team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And even if you're doing it yourself, like 400 bodyweight squats.
you can split that up during the whole day, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like it has to happen within 10 minutes or something, right?
Yeah.
And it can complement your workout too.
And you could go as hard as you want or just
Mm-hmm.
kind of take it lax if you want, but the team's going to be mad at you.
Team's going to be mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of at your own pace, but
Mhm.
ideally you'd want to push yourself so the team pushes itself and finishes first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and get some numbers, get some good prizes. We're going to have some good prizes weekly. And obviously the big grand prize is going to be a big one too, which we'll be coming announcing. But yeah. So now we'll kind of, the second kind of half of this, we want to discuss some strong points and weaknesses maybe within our own workout routines. I think we want to touch on that. So I don't know if specific order, but
Maybe Joe starts with this one.
I can. I'd feel more comfortable with you starting though.
Oh. Whew, weak points for me would definitely be flexibility.
yeah.
100%. Definitely don't spend as much time as I should working on flexibility. And I also think like even just like with the powerlifting training that we're doing right now, I don't think it's necessarily being the number, like the weight stopping me. It's been like restrictions in my own body. So if I start fixing those, then the numbers will jump up too. I definitely don't feel like I'm ever like maxing out per se. It's just like, hey, no, my body's saying no, not,
Yeah.
not getting to that next level. So I've always been that way though. Like flexibility's never been a strong point for me, but starting to like put conscious effort into doing it more, and I've definitely noticed improvements, especially in the last month, 2 months, I'd say.
Does one
But
wrong one?
one wrong one. Joe and I did one wrong one
knows
together,
improvements.
and made a million times difference. So,
it's
but no, like definitely starting to notice the difference. But I also notice when I feel more flexible, the lifts are going so much easier, and therefore I can lift more. So there's definitely a ripple effect there too.
Yeah.
Definitely always like I've been lifting for years, right? So like in one way or another, so strength's not a concern, definitely that flexibility side for me and making just that effort to do it on a regular basis. But
So you're strong enough, you said?
decent strength.
Do you want me to go now?
I
Or do
can
you
go.
want to wrap up?
I could go.
Okay.
You want me to go?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I want you to go.
Oh, okay.
So I'll go next.
For me, flexibility as well. That's like you said, it's always been an issue, especially when you're training. I guess mainly powerlifting stuff. You just do the weights and you go about your day.
That's
You don't
it.
really,
Just do it.
yeah. Even before when I was first starting out, my warm ups were just lighter weights of the squat or the bench or whatever. Nothing like accessory style and stuff like that. And that worked for a bit. And like right now, I'm riddled with injuries everywhere.
Nice.
I don't know, like just a bunch of different injuries. So like strength wise, I know I'm still there, but like restrictive, it's just those injuries, right? If I'm pushing myself too hard, then I'm actually hurt. I'm getting hurt. I feel pain, so it's like, okay, I shouldn't be pushing myself too hard. So right now, I think one of my main focus is just kind of rebuilding all the fundamentals from the bottom up, and
And you're gonna take over.
and it's a little tough because like
Yeah.
you're benching a plate, you're squatting a plate, and like easily you could do way more than that, but you physically can't because you're in pain. So
Yeah. But
It's,
I mean, like that's what it's all about. That's a great way of doing it. I know, like
yeah,
we're gonna have some future guests that are gonna go into a lot of
yeah.
preventative measurements and everything like that. And I know, like, that's a perfect way of using it. Of how to progress is like without pain.
Yeah.
And using like no supplementals, because I know like in powerlifting we have belts, we have knee sleeves, we have wrist wraps. But to use none of that and to see if you have pain underneath an empty bar even is a great indicator of
Because you
what-
shouldn't, right?
You shouldn't.
And I think that's good for me. I get mentality. I don't even know mentality wise because like before I didn't even know too much to begin with. So, like I said, I was just doing the main powerlifting lifts. But now that I can't do that as well, and like I'm able to build a better foundation. So kind of encompass a solid base before I even get into that, and it's kind of like a reset for me.
Yeah. I mean, and that kind of a phase that you're in can be 2 to 6 weeks. And that's a big thing is that like
6 years.
if you take 12 years to step, if you take like I think like I've even talked about like that kind of where I had like 4 to 8 weeks of rehab on myself, and then I did a 4-week kind of builder, and then now I was in a program and did a whole peak. Like the mental capacity that you get from just taking a step back and like holding yourself back too with like, all right, it feels good and I'm going to take it as that. I'm not going to progress it. Like I want to get to a 95-pound squat when I know I can squat 300, 400 plus, whatever it is. But you know what? I'm really happy that like I can move this 95 pounds without any pain with it on video, like me getting the feedback that, you know, it looks good. It looks like a good squat. Like I'm not doing anything weird. So
it's a little bit of an ego thing too, right? Obviously, you're like, oh, I know I could squat X amount, and like now like maybe you can, but you're gonna be hurting, or it
for
hurts.
sure you still can. For
Yeah.
sure you could.
So it's like you got to take that step back and kind of work it up, trying to make sure that it feels great at a lighter weight before you even attempt.
And the other thing with that too is like, and I've noticed especially with me for squats, it's like once you start improving that flexibility, and like Tommy made a point about using an empty bar or like a dowel and how it feels, like for me it'd still be broken up. It's like step by step, right? But then now when it starts, you improve that flexibility and starts feeling a lot more smooth motion, you feel more comfortable, more confident in the movement too, right? Start feeling more confident in your flexibility and your mobility, then the lifts are going to just go up in that sense too, because you feel comfortable with added load.
And you know that strength is there. You know you could do it. So
That's
it's
the
like
thing, right?
you got to
It's
build that base up, and you'll always get back.
Fix the weak points and everything else is just, it all clicks, right? So
I don't even know if I answered the question, but
cool, man.
cool.
So thanks for,
You answered something.
it's a little bit everything.
Yeah, but I think that's like having like a diminishing return of just like it's a good way to progress a program if you're not necessarily on a program too. Like if you're using that like a 95-pound squat, a goblet squat, a body weight squat. If you're not on a program but you're doing general mobility, you can be like, okay, well I've had this pain for 2 weeks. I've been doing mobility work and I do a body weight squat again. Do I feel pain? If I am, then like I need to do something different.
Yeah.
If I'm not and it feels good and it looks good, like okay, let's continue on this track. Maybe let's start loading it.
Yeah.
And just some like basic principles there. But yeah, I think like that's a big thing is just holding yourself back, because I know like when we get to maximal attempts, and this is could be a potentially, but maybe not so a powerlifting kind of theme. But like when you get to the heavier sets with any program or higher intensity, we'll say, to make it more relevant, like you don't want to be thinking about like, shit, like my knee's kind of aching.
That's
like,
a big thing.
Yeah, like and I tell my clients like there's been multiple times like where something looks weird after a set, then I like ask like, hey, what happened there? Then they're like, it just feels heavy and it just feels like I have to try. And that's a point that you always want to be in a program. Is like I just feel like I have to try harder. And you always want to like that's one of the big cues that I use with my clients is like on meet day is like you're gonna have to want this one. Like this weight doesn't want to move. Like the weight, or it just wants to go straight down. Like it doesn't give a shit where it goes, right? This weight is just gonna, it's dumb. It's just one of it. Yeah. So, as like a lifter, as an athlete, you don't want to be thinking about like, oh, I gotta change my positioning because I have this ache and pain. I just want you to squat. I don't want you to worry about how high you're squatting, how low you're squatting. I just want you to do your squat and just focus on pushing and trying as hard as you can. I just want you to do a lunge, do a sprint, whatever it is, without trying to accommodate for that. Cool, man.
That's cool, yeah.
Fucking rant.
Great, thanks, man.
Jesus,
Yeah.
calm down.
Thanks, man.
Myself, I guess.
I have no
I didn't even talk myself.
I have no weaknesses.
Yeah, I have no weakness. So,
I'm good.
so that's a podcast.
Only losers have weaknesses.
I would say definitely aerobic capacity. I have a good tendency of.
You're better than me.
I don't know, man. I have a good tendency of like falling into like stuff I find really fun, and I find lifting heavier or lifting weights in general really fun. So whether that's like Olympic weightlifting, powerlifting, and like right now during a peak, is my aerobic capacity like a goal or a necessarily thing that I need to work on or have? Maybe not for like the 3 weeks, but it's something that I should have that will benefit me as a human. Yeah. And
you're gonna have to start running for the quarantine.
Yeah, for the QuaranTeam
challenge.
Cup, I'm gonna have to run, and like that's a big goal of mine too, because I know like as a human I feel better. As a powerlifter, like it definitely sucks.
I know that quarantine challenge is gonna definitely help me or motivate me to do more of that running.
Yeah.
So I feel like I should be able to just bang out a run and not die at the end.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's one of the biggest goals that I've seen that has trended mostly among every client that I've ever had.
Yeah.
Like there's always like, I want to get stronger, I want to lose weight, but something that's a big goal of everybody's is like, I want to be able to just run, I want to be able to just like do stuff and not think about it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even like goal times or distances.
Yeah.
It's just being able to do it.
I just want to like,
that.
hey, my buddy's family is having a 5K like cancer run or something. I want to join it, right?
I want to finish it without.
Be able to do it comfortably-ish, right?
So I know like, and like, as like strength athletes per se, we have like numbers on the bar is always big, but I know like the mantra that like we've talked about before is that we're a human first, athlete second, then lifter whatever or sport specific third. And I know like definitely the last 4 weeks I've neglected that human aspect, which is like you're in sport specific. Similar in the sense of like maybe during the accumulation of a runner, are they going to focus on their 1 rep max squat? No. Are they going to like in a basketball season, are they going to be worrying about how much they're squatting? No. They're going to be worrying about like how powerful they are, maintaining that power and stuff like that.
If they can even survive the full game.
If they can survive the full game, yeah. But that's just like goal specific, and we're getting kind of off topic, but I know like traditionally my aerobic capacity has been like the hardest thing for me to consistently stay.
Mine's always been third
Yeah. Yeah.
Mine used to be really good.
Yeah.
It's decent now, but
used
not
to.
as good as it used to be. That's for sure.
And it's harder for me as like an athlete to focus on too, because I know like numbers on a bar, like when I squatted today, how that moved, like that moved really well. I get that automatic feedback of like, I see this 10-second video, boom, that was better, that was worse. It was like a run. I think I need like more dynamic measures of how to measure that, so I can get that feedback without being like, I ran 5K, I ran 7K, I ran 1K type thing.
Yeah. For me, there's like you're doing a bench press, right? It's 3 seconds maybe of a lift, and like a brief moment of that is the grind. Either you get it, you try your hardest, or you don't get it. A run, it's like 30 minutes of grinding.
Yeah.
It's like instead of half a second of grinding, you got 30 minutes of grinding, and it's like, oh,
and there's definitely different, like I know with me and like listening to podcasts. Shout out Stronger 3.
Love that podcast.
Yeah, but listening to podcasts like while I run or do aerobic work, that's like the biggest thing for me. Is just almost like staying distracted, which is not like maybe the best mindset to it, because I know a lot of runners say they have the best runs while they're just in complete silence, which I have no idea how they do it, but I can definitely see it, because some of my best lifts, I'm not even listening to music, or I'm listening to music that actually like does nothing for me, right?
Yeah. I think that's something you also got to kind of train for too, right? Just that absence and just doing it. I feel like on a run too, if I'm distracted, I'd be able to go further than if I'm just staring at the time or the.
That's the thing too. Some people just enjoy running, right? If you have that joy for it, it's going to be different than someone who just is doing it just because they're doing it, right? So there's that factor as well.
They call those people psychopaths.
Well, it's like my marathon runners that like, there's one ultra marathon runner that she enjoys running, doesn't run with music, and just like just living life, and she doesn't enjoy lifting, but she sees the benefits of it, and that's one
so
thing.
Vice versa, right?
And definitely, like as coaches, we learn from athletes. You
can't say it's not worthwhile to improve your aerobic capacity.
And especially like I know she started running at an older age, and how she's progressed in her old age with running is ridiculous. And it's like with any fitness regimen, with strength, with conditioning, you can progress at any age. And like you should be focused on like a certain weight or something. You should be focused on like where you're starting from and progressing from there, and using that as kind of your stick. But I know definitely just being a little bit more dynamic, and the tools that you're measuring for how you're progressing with conditioning is a lot better. Because I know like traditionally my conditioning is like every minute on the minutes, rounds for time. Complete this workout and for 15 minutes with minimum rest, and mark down which one you're at, so that you can gauge next time you do it if you're performing better, worse, type thing like that.
Yeah. So
I always have the longest descriptions of everything. I just rant like crazy.
It's because you know more than me.
You're bugging like, Joe. Joe's ready to hit the beach in Miami.
Yeah. Like, so Joe, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this, but I just rant like crazy. But maybe we should get a couch here so I could talk a little bit more about
That's true.
my conditioning problems.
Get bunk beds for me and Tony so we could take a nap during your rant.
Yeah, it's just boring.
No, it's not.
You're done? Okay.
Just me discussing my feelings.
Yeah, I'm sad.
Yeah, I'm sad about conditioning. But
that's good.
Yeah, some big things with yeah, we're also gonna have a team, like we should have definitely talked about this. I don't think we did, about team leaders for the challenges. So we're gonna have definitely more incentives themselves for teams that complete faster or perform better in these challenges,
and
as well as
those team leaders are ideally going to be someone with perhaps a little more knowledge, a little more maybe leadership type things, because they're going to have to be responsible for the team as well.
That's why you're going to be one of the leaders.
And so what I'm saying as team leaders is like, say there's a bodyweight squat challenge. As like, you have a weird, just an example of like 1,000 squats. Say one person on your team of 6 does 600.
Yeah.
That team leader gets a certain prize,
Okay.
as well as like the team themselves get a prize as well.
Yeah.
So, so there'll
Lots
be
of
like
different options. Prizes.
yeah, there's individual prizes as well as team prizes, and then a grand prize. So there's kind of 3 different tiers.
Prizes.
There's prizes
go
on
around,
prizes, another one, another one, another one.
Prizes for potentially everyone.
So if
but
you want
not
prizes,
necessarily, yeah.
If you like prizes,
Yeah. If you like
Quarant-
prizes and fun,
if you like prizes while in quarantine
this is it.
with the QuaranTeam Cup,
Ooh.
that was a better reaction that I wanted. For some complete silence. You guys are awful hosts, co-hosts. The worst.
What are you talking about
Yeah,
right
what the
now?
hell are you talking
But yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think we'll be talking to a lot of people, a lot of different people. Hopefully, some people that we haven't even talked to before or
I think
communicated
we're all gonna
with.
go start practicing now.
It's true.
I'm literally, I've been running up and down the street ever since I heard about this, just in anticipation for this challenge.
I'm ready, guys. I'm ready.
Yeah. After talking about that, my conditioning was garbage.
Yeah, I gotta fix mine. Too,
I gotta
man.
fix this. But yeah.
Yeah.
That was emergency episode 9. Following episodes, we're gonna have next half dozen is gonna be some jam-packed episode with some knowledgeable guests.
Different guests each time.
Yeah.
Change it up.
Yeah, enough of Howie.
Enough Howie.
Enough of Howie.
Yeah, we got rid of that
Shout
guy.
out to Howie.
No, it should be a good one.
Yeah, we're gonna have pretty diverse kind of group of people coming in and talking about different areas of fitness and performance that interest us particularly. So we're very open in terms of who we bring in. So if you guys want different people
Let us know.
or different topics, we will find them. We will hunt them down and we will find these people.
Let us know, man. Let us know. Send us people. Send us questions.
Yeah.
Send us topics.
Yeah.
Whatever you guys
Guys want it
uh,
all?
Yeah, we
want it
got-
all. Send us pictures. Send us workouts. Send us cat pics. Dog pics.
Dog pics, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm more of a
We're
dog.
more dog people
Lizard
here.
pics.
Lizard pics.
Yeah.
But
Send us some.
Send us some. But yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah. All right. So so pay attention to April 15th when this comes out. So today you're gonna be
Yeah.
today you're gonna be able to register for everything, then we'll get everything set up for what group you're in, kind of how to communicate with your groups, and how to keep track of all the events taking place, because we want this to be as seamless as possible. And a little taster to when this is all done, finally. A little taste tester
Ooh.
for when this quarantine is all done, to what to look forward to as
Things keep
movement
going,
opens
okay,
up,
yeah.
and what kind of events we'll have at movement, and giveaways and everything like that.
It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be exciting. Thanks for listening.
That's better.